Hey guys. Oh, had quite a crazy night last night, but it was good. And it has to do with the Regent priests and what they did to me. It's pretty good. So I'm gonna explain what happened now. So, and I got some information. It's pretty cool. The Regent priest told me some things, and I can't verify it until I get it. That's the way I am. But I trust him. So there you go. But let's get on with it. So yesterday, I got a new Christ. My case with him is pretty heavy. So the old Christ came back. He's working with this Christ and showing him the ropes with me. They do that. I don't know why. He don't know enough about me or my case or what I need or what I don't need. So the old Christ I had, he knows all the. He got shot in the face by me, so he knows what to do and what not to do with me. So he's teaching the new Christ for a while. So, and this new Christ, he seems like he's okay. He's got a family, he's got kids. They've never been to Earth. They're curious about everything. My family's telling them about all my stuff. Anyway, they're getting along good. Everybody's happy. Well, more or less. When I talk to them, it usually goes south. And I argue with everybody. So I'm trying not to talk. Anyway, so I have to go to the Regent priests to sleep. And I do. They stick me in there and they throw me on a bed. I'm not seeing really good at this point, but they said I have to do a dream sequence, 3 dreams. I'm like, fine, you get it. So that's all they told me though. Now they told me I was gonna go into a machine like the other day. I was gonna go into a machine, they're gonna put 6 volts electricity through my body and it would expose the links to the priestess and they would take him out. I don't know what's going on. I asked, no answer. So I just fell asleep. You just do what they do. And I'm pretty cool with the Regent priests. I'm about 90% cool with them. There's a little bit of something going on there. See, the Regent priests, they're above the priest class. The Regent priests are up here, but the Regent priests, the whole priesthood is under a brotherhood. They don't agree with Christ. Christ don't agree with them. But Christ and the priests seem to get along pretty good, more or less. Now, my issue with everybody, Christ and the Regent priests, is secrecy. Christ don't reveal secrets unless you're cool, unless you're there. The Regent priests, maybe the same thing. They talk against secrecy, but they also say, like, unleashing the secrets of history, unleashing the secrets of ETs, unless you need to know, sort of thing. It's weird, but that's the way it is with me anyway. That's what I'm experiencing. I don't know officially where they stand on it all. I want it all released. We should be. But there's a good reason why Christ doesn't talk, doesn't reveal secrets of that nature. It's a secret for a reason. What the reason is, I have no clue. I have no clue. Other than control. Which brings everything to me, because I love talking to everything about everything to people down here in St. Lucia. Now, they stick me on a bed. I'm lying in this bed. I don't see nothing. I'm talking to them and I fall asleep. My tooth was hurting. The one that's gonna fall out. It wasn't hurt. It's not hurting bad, but it's enough to keep you awake. It's like annoying. And I move it around to the right spot, and then I can go to sleep. The pain goes away, and that's what I did. But there was still some pain. Anyway, I fall asleep. I wake up at 3 o'clock in the morning, and I'm lying on a bed. First thing I see are ripples, and I'm moving in slow motion. My soul is like in slow motion. That's an effect they do to slow you down. To slow. I don't know if it's time and space, but your slow is like, and you're moving slow and you can't do nothing. And I see ripples in a cone coming down, coming from somewhere, going right into my head, and it's coming out the other end. Ripples in I don't know, like water ripples, but it's in the air. So I know it's like a speaker vibrating. You know how a speaker vibrates? Well, if you could see the ripples, you see the boom, 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 hitting you through the air. And this, in the astral world, where I am, whatever it is that's projecting these ripples is going, making the ripples go into my head and right through my head. Now I got some kind of machine on my head, like a headphone set, but it's not headphones. I don't know what it is. I didn't even look at that. But I'm laying in bed, and all of a sudden I see myself. I can see myself through somebody's eyes. I was in the manger also, moving real slow. Ripples are coming through my head, and there's a noise. And it's like, and it's the sound coming from the ripples from this machine. So it's like a monk chanting Om going through my head. And I'm like, holy shit. And it felt great. It felt cool. And my skin was rippling. I could feel it. I could feel it all. And I could see the fucking ripples coming through my head. Anyway, so I'm laying there and I'm watching this. Then I have to go to the bathroom. I'm like, hey, I'm awake. So they said, well, just lay there. You got another hour to go. That's what they said. And I go, I gotta go pee. I need a cigarette because I'm having a neck fit, right? And they go, okay, well, hurry back and we'll continue. Or if you don't. So anyway, I get up. I'm laying there. I'm still laying there talking to them. They're telling me what I gotta do. And I'm going, what is this? What is this you're doing? And I look. And he goes, do you see the machine? And I'm laying on a bed. What I'm viewing above me is a bar coming above me. And then I look, and there's a bar coming from underneath the bed, like this. It goes up and comes over top. Right here at the side, my bed is here. The bar comes up, and right here where my head is the speaker thing, but it's not a speaker. It's like a magnet, some kind of magnet dish. And he goes, "You see the machine, Rich?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I see it." I go, "Is that a dish?" And he goes, "Yeah, so to speak, but it has to do with magnets." And I'm like, "Magnets?" And I go, "Who's the monk oming me in my head?" And he goes, "There's no monk oming you. That's the machine doing it." And I go, "It's doing it? It's making the noise, like the voice?" And he goes, "Yeah." And I go, "Well, what?" I go, I don't. This is pretty cool. He goes, I asked, hold on, let me think. I go, you can move this around the whole person? He goes, yep. And he goes, you roll over on your other side, on your stomach, and we'll do the opposite side of your head. Or we'll rotate the arm around to this side of your head. And we can do it from the left to the right, or the top or the bottom. And I'm like, holy shit, that's cool. It's like a pretty big machine. Anyway, I'm like, well, what's it doing? He's like, we're balancing out your hemispheres of your brain and your soul and the hemispheres of your brain. We're balancing them out. And I go, that's going to get rid of the priestess? He goes, no, this is something else. So they're not getting rid of the priestess. And then he goes, we can still get rid of the priestess, but this is something else. So I'm laying there, and he goes, he goes, well, I'll check see your links. And then I go, okay, do what you got to do, man. I want the priestess gone. He goes, okay, I understand. He goes, will you go to the bathroom, have your cigarette, and lay back down, and we'll continue our work. So I go have a cigarette, have a piss. Then I lay back down in bed, and I'm laying there, and I'm talking to him. I'm checking out. Like I have to cross over again in spirit, but I can still see where I am. He goes, well, as soon as you fall asleep, he goes, as soon as you fall asleep, we'll continue. And I'm like, okay, cool. Fall asleep means into spirit, crossing over for me. That's what they're waiting for. So I'm laying there, and all of a sudden, I know how to do it so damn fast. I can stay awake and do it sitting in this chair. You just go into dream space, but you're not in the dream. You're with the priest. So I fall asleep, and as soon as I cross over, this is what happened. As soon as I cross over, there was somebody there, but I didn't see it. He was waiting, and he went, what? Like that. And what he did was he ripped all the links out of me. He just pulled all the links out. So when I was laying there, or when I went to the bathroom and had a cigarette, he was focusing on all the links that were in me. Well, there's a lot of different levels. But he took the main links, and as soon as I crossed over, wow, they just, everyone that could be released was released. I'm like right on, and it scared the shit out of me. I had me a heart attack because you jump, it's a jump awake thing, you know. Anyway, they got those links, and I'm laying there, and he goes, "Hey, I gotta tell you something." He goes, "You want to know something cool?" I go, "What?" He goes, "This machine." I go, "Yeah," and he goes, "It's not ours." Well, okay. What are you saying? He goes, "This machine comes from extraterrestrials," and I'm like, "Are you shitting me?" And he goes, "Nope." And I'm like, "You trade for it, or are they letting you use it?" And he goes, "Exactly. We traded for it, and they're letting us use it. It's not ours, though." And so the trade, or whatever they did to get this machine, not just for me, to use it, make another one for themselves, sort of thing. They said that they got it from extraterrestrials. Well, I'm like, which species, which race? And he goes, "Oh, I don't know. I can't say that." I'm like, all right. I go, "You're not shitting me. You're not blowing smoke on my ass, making me feel good because the secrets thing." And he goes, "No, this is a God honest truth." And I'm like, "Okay." I go, "Well, I like the machine. It's really cool. It makes you feel really good." And he goes, "Yep." And he goes, "Well," he goes, "It took us a long time to figure out how to use it. Well, we got directions how to use it, but and we're practicing." I go, "Have you been in here?" And he goes, "Oh yeah, I've been in here. We all been in here, and it worked really well." And I go, "Oh, who fixed my tooth?" He goes, "My tooth was hurting when I went to bed, and now it's perfect. I don't even." And he goes, "Oh, your buddy CBC came in and stitched it up in thorough." I'm like, "Cool, thank you." So I'm laying there, and I go, "Are we gonna do this thing again?" And he goes, no, we decided we'll wait. And he goes, well, you might have another dream. We don't know yet. And so they didn't put me back in the machine, which pissed me off. And he goes, well, we'll see you tomorrow. You did one dream. It was a stupid dream. He goes, but I asked him what the dreams were for. And it was really complex. Where you stand. I think it may have been with the priestess, where I stand with the priestess, or where I stand within myself, or where I stand. That's what he said. The dreams are gonna show you where you stand with something. He never told me what that was, and I'm not supposed to know because that'll alter the test. I'm like, cool, dude, do what you gotta do. Just get the priestess out of my head. And he's like, well, we will. It takes time. And I'm like, okay, cool. So I go to sleep. I just fall asleep. I'm wishing they put the machine back on. But I guess it's a pain in the ass. They got to calibrate it and do all this stuff. And they figured, well, Rich had one little session tonight. We'll give him another one tomorrow night. And then that's the way it was going to go. So I wake up in the morning at 6:30. I wake up and I'm in another room. And I wake up and I'm looking around. There's a lady about 3 feet away. But she ain't getting close. But she's 3 feet away. And she's one of these. Maybe that's a priestess. I don't know. But she was talking to me. And I'm looking around the room and it's all glass walls around this room. And the machine's gone. It's just a bed I'm laying in. Like a stretcher bed with wheels. After the operation sort of thing. And all I see are computers and lights and glass walls. And beyond the glass walls was more like glass office rooms and big rooms and little ones. And it was just crazy. It was like I was in a laboratory with these Regent priests. But anyway, this lady, she's a priest. She's a priest of some sort, like the priestess. And she goes, maybe it was a priestess. I don't know. I didn't ask, but it was a woman. And she goes, she's telling me some stuff. And she goes, she goes, I gotta tell you something. You want to know secrets and stuff that, well, yeah. She goes, well, the machine was extraterrestrial. We got it from extraterrestrials. And I go, which species? She didn't tell me. And I go, okay, well, what? Is that it? And she goes, no. She goes, the priestess? Here's the history of the priestess that'll help you out with you dealing with her. Because you have problems hanging on. You're hanging on to the priestess. We got to separate them links. And she's hanging on to you. And you're both inside and out each other. Yeah, I go, but she started it. She goes, I understand. But anyway, she goes, the priestess is a Martian. She's an extraterrestrial. She's a Martian. She's not from Earth, like you. And I'm like, okay, well, she's a Martian. And I'm like thinking about it. And I'm going, so she's E.T. And she goes, yeah, but she's from Mars. She's a Martian. And I'm like, I got it. So you're not saying it like 1950s. She goes, no, she was on Mars. She lived on Mars as a soul before it got destroyed. And I go, does this go back to the Agigi Anunnaki shit? And she goes, yeah. Yes, it does. And I'm like, okay. So there you go. She says she basically came to Earth and decided to be human. Long time ago. Just like you came to Earth. And I go, okay, nothing more? She goes, nope, that's all I had to tell you. The information I just gave you will help you out in a different, in ways you won't understand, but now that you know, you know. And I'm like, okay, cool. And so the priestess became a priestess in the priest class, the brotherhood, males and the females. So basically, priestess. And I go, you guys wrapped up in a lot of ET stuff. And he goes, yeah, well, we talk about it a little bit. We talk about it to people who need to know. But Grace don't even do that. He'll sidestep the thing forever. And I'm like, but they say he's got his reasons and we don't bother it. We don't bother it. I'm like, oh man, this is crazy. And that's pretty much all that happened. I woke up after that, got my coffee. So it's 7 o'clock now, 7:30. And that was my night. Awesome machine, guys. I don't know how you ever get to use it. But that's part one of the experience. Now, part two of the experience yesterday, this happened before this happened. Okay. So I learned this through, I got a phone call. I was sleeping. I got woke up and they were, Rich, the phone, your phone's ringing. So I grabbed it. My soul, I'm just watching here. I'm in a spirit world, astral world. My soul pulls out his phone, answers it, and there's someone on the other end, and they're talking. This person needs to be with Christ or whatever. My soul goes, and I guess my soul knows this person. He goes, she needed something from Christ. He needed something from Christ, and she called me. That soul called me. My soul's got a cell phone. They're talking. They said, my soul goes, okay, this is what you got to do. Now, this person is not with Christ. Well, this person, I don't even know, but this person needs Christ. She goes, I want to become a Christian. I want to do this. He goes, because this person's being haunted or something, having troubles at home. Now, this is another soul that's in a body. I know who it is from you guys, but I ain't saying shit. So, this person called me on the phone in the astral. I'm watching. My soul goes, if you need to get a hold of Christ to help you, go to your magistrate. She goes, magistrate? I go, magistrate. My soul goes, contact the magistrate and put it in, you need help for whatever. If you want to become a Christian, you go to your magistrate. He'll get you a Christ. The Christ will do an evaluation, set you up, and you can become a Christian in the spirit world. So what I'm trying to say is, magistrate. A magistrate is the person you go to to get help in the spirit world. But your soul has to go to the magistrate. So you can sit and you can watch haunting shows, Ghostbuster shows, or you can get your local Ghostbuster to come in and throw some chicken bones around and try to get the demon out of your house or the problem you have. Or if you want to become a Christian and you're living in the illusion 24/7 and you need Christ's help, you go to the magistrate, your soul, tell your soul to go to the magistrate. So if I was having things move around my house, getting possessed, getting burnt, getting scratched every fucking night for something you don't know about, or you do, or whatever, but you need help, Don't call the fucking Ghostbusters or your local chicken bone throwers. Call, lay down in bed, tell your soul to go to the magistrate and ask for help. And tell your soul, I want to become a Christian. I want to be in Christ's manger. It'll be a long process, but it's a process, and it starts in help. Your soul will tell the magistrate, I'm being haunted by poltergeist activity, whatever. And he'll get you what you need. Second agenda, you already did. You want to become Christian. You want to do all this. He'll get you a Christ. Now, when I get a new Christ, say the Christ I'm working with. So he's been with me for a month. So he's awake for a month, watching over me. He gets tired. He gets burned out. He'll contact the magistrate. I'm losing my shit with Richard. We need a new Christ. Okay, send one right in. The magistrate goes to the list of Christs. Here's one. Ding. Need you with Richard. He goes, oh no. Then the new Christ comes. The old Christ goes, see ya. The new Christ is here, but the new Christ don't know shit about what he's getting himself into. Which just happened to me the last 3 days. And which happened to the Christ I had. And I shot him in the face for giving me a sex dream, because on my last life review papers, it says, no sex for Richard in any shape, fashion, or form. Which means all your lesson dreams, all your filler dreams, you do not give Richard sex. Because sex is a big fucking part of it. And you'll mistake it for a real person, but it's just a fucking dream. And the reason why that is, if you watch my videos, is because I was raped by Christ. I was fucking screen dreamed 100 times where I'm kissing a beautiful girl and then bing, she disappears and I'm making out with a penis. All right? And I shot everybody. And I fucking rebelled like you don't believe. In my head. Christ screwed up my head. I'm not saying all Christs are bad. But each Christ has to deal with me. And they don't know who I am. So they think they can get away with their little sin. Their little issue. And some take it far, some stop right there, and some run away. Some hang with me and they're 100% cool. I want cool ones. Total cool. Who understand my thing. I'm with Christ consciousness. Therefore, that's cool. I can be with Christ. I can be a Christ. I can be a Regent priest. I can be a saint. But I ain't. Because it's too fucking much to deal with living in two worlds in my head. I just want to live out the rest of my life and then move on, and we can take it from there when I'm dead. All right? But the new Christ they send, doesn't know shit. So my wife, my kids, and the ex-Christ, the Christ that was just with me, he was supposed to fucking write a report and tell the new Christ all the shit. Don't give Richard sex dreams, he'll shoot you in the face. Don't do this, don't do that, do this, do that. Richard believes this way. Basically, my belief is religion is bullshit. There's Christs who come from religion, so they're still in that mindset. Same with all of them. Same with everybody. So they're still playing that. Each one of them has their own sexual fucking little things. Each one of them has their addictions to a past life here on earth. When he comes inside me and sees me smoking and drinking beers, he's like, oh my God, I taste it. And then here I am fighting off this fucking guy. Just like the priestess did. They all have a crutch, man. And I'm facilitating their crutch and I don't even fucking know it until I know it. And that's the fucking problems I'm having. So, if you think you're having problems now, this is one of the problems I'm having with priests and Christ. Jesus Christ that help you out. They got crutches too. And guess what? They're going to fulfill their needs whether you like it or not. But if you're like me, and I fucking know better, I know all this shit from before I was born, what Christ can do and cannot do, which is moral and which is not moral. And Christ, compassion and love helping you. I had a debate once with a Christ, and it ended up in a goddamn fist fight or a gunfight. Either way, it turned out bad, and he's doing time. And it was all this. And I go, look, he's saying he can do whatever he wants because he's crazy. And I go, no, you fucking can't. You are about healing and unconditional love towards the people who need help. That's what you do. But what you were doing was fleecing, looting my food, my addictions of cigarettes, and you're facilitating it within you. And I go, and sex. I go, you think because you're crazy, you can come down here, heal me up, but at the same time, well, Rich, since I helped you, how about some sex? No, motherfucker, it don't work that way, bitch. Unconditional love. Either you're there and you're doing that, and it has nothing to do with leeching cigarettes off me, looking for fucking secrets, or fucking having sex with me. And then fucking twisting it around saying my innocence loves you. Like, don't you even fucking go there, you pedo motherfucker. I'll fucking shoot. And that's how the war started. I go, that is Christ. Christ doesn't fucking come down, heal you up, and then wants to have fucking sex with you. I go, that's your fucking own sick bullshit that you never got in this fucking world or you're fucking obsessed with. So don't fucking bring that shit down on me. And I fucking know because I'm fucking there with you. But you thought you could get away with it because I'm a meat fucking bag. No, motherfucker, you ain't. And so I went to war with him. Straight up. Fucking shot him, killed him, ripped his fucking skin off, ripped his fucking eyes out. And he was trying to do the same thing to me. I got 17 people, Christ and priests, in the fucking jails. One of them is on ice. He can't be fucking healed. He was right and fucking sane. They put him on ice. Last thing I heard a couple years ago. They're all doing 100 years or more for doing that to me. And that is what Christ determined. The Christ Brotherhood, all the Christs investigated it. My accusations. They came and investigated it, found him fucking guilty, watched him, saw him do it and everything, and now he's doing time. It's all in my videos in the past. So this is what happened yesterday. And I'm telling you so you can have a fucking heads up in the game when you're getting it, when they're doing it to you. And what Christ consciousness? There's Christ, there's Jesus Christ, there's Jesus, and there's Christ consciousness. Christ consciousness, love and compassion, and healing, and all the good things. Anything else Bullshit. Once you know that, and once you know natural law and Christ consciousness are one and the same. Universal truths. Religion and all the vices and sins and all the fucking vices that we have, that Christ, the individual Christs that are healing you want, because they have fucking need to smoke. They need to they like beer and they fucking like sex. Well, take the beer, the cigarettes, and the sex out of it and heal Richard's fucking problem. Don't shove your fucking dick in my face, because I'll fucking kill you. Well, come close to it anyway. You don't fucking die in the spirit world. You get your skin's ripped off and you turn into a clear thing. Well, anyway, that's what you do. That's what I do to them. But doing that to them once draws attention to you. The police come, other Christs see this. And if you have another Christ that's good that you already know, he'll write a report, send it in for an investigation. The investigators will come down. You don't even know they're coming down, but they're watching this Christ do things to you. They take your accusations and then they repeat them. You don't know when or how. They'll repeat it. You think it's the other Christ, but it's actually them doing their investigation. But they don't fucking rape you. They'll come close to it, and as soon as you react with a fucking gun, because you think it's the same Christ that raped you, and you're shooting this investigator, he'll go, oh, okay, you got it. I'm the investigator from Christ. Here's my paperwork. So that's what they do. So you have to go through it twice. You have to go through the fear, the trauma, twice. If you're in the spirit world, the whole way, the whole thing that's happening to me is because my brain is perceiving that world. My brain is seeing this world, but my brain has been exposed to their world. So I'm living in two fucking worlds. In this world, I'm run by the government and the fucking police and the laws and the bullshit. In that world, I'm run by the police, the laws, and the bullshit, plus Regent, priests, saints, and Christ. And I'm correcting them all. Well, I'm not correcting them all, but I have to when you're being fucking raped. You have to. Now, when I mean rape as sex, it's also your mind, it's also your soul, it's also your seeds, it's also your secrets. And your buddy, the priestess, comes in because you need her protection. And now she's fucking doing the same thing to you because she had issues. She's been 150 years without a body. She came into me. She's fucking tasted the cigarette. She tasted what it's like. She tasted the sex. She tasted the beers. And she tasted the food. What does she? She loves sex, cigarettes, red wine, and food. The taste of food. She's getting it from me. I am going fucking nuts because she, in the spirit world, she's the equivalent of a regent priest, for fuck's sakes, is opening portholes in my fucking head. Anything can come through the porthole and kill me. So I shot her in the face. I'm like, no fucking portholes. And I started this fucking campaign, and I want her out and gone. The priests agree. She's in fucking holding in an illusion, waiting to be fucking go on trial. The priests agree. They're sad about it, but whatever. I don't give a shit. Are the priests telling me lies about the ET machine and the ET her? I don't know. But what I felt in the moment was they were truthful. The only thing separating the truth in me is my own seeds. I get the truth from my seeds. secondhand truth. Just like everything on this channel is secondhand truth to you. You gotta in yourself weigh the fucking shit. And I can go and investigate. I can go and investigate, but I ain't until I have to. The next truth is, in order to be with Christ, you got to give up all your fucking secrets. You got to give your innocence to Christ. That's how you become a Christian in the spirit world. Be with Christ, Christ consciousness. I already knew this from 1,000 fucking years, 100,000 fucking years ago. I already knew all this shit, but I had to go through it again. Because the people in the kingdom, down here in the kingdom, in the lower astral, oh, high and mighty shit fucker. All they had to do was fucking contact this Christ, and he'll fucking say, here's Richard's records. They probably did to a point. I don't know. But I had to go through it all. Fucking all of it. But putting it all out here for you guys. So I'm going to take off. I know I'm doing a video maybe later today with Courtney. I'll burn out yet. All right, guys. So that's your update. What's been going on? But it's pretty cool, though. The machine was awesome. It was really awesome. All right. Talk to you later.